You want a man or a eunuch?
Uh-oh.
We have three devices we are looking at. So we are live on Instagram, live on Facebook, and we're doing our YouTube channel as well.
Yep.
So my husband is going to go in first and read a scripture that he wants to read to you
Well,
guys.
we need to explain first what a eunuch is.
Yeah.
Just in case everybody don't know what an actual eunuch is.
Yeah.
A eunuch is someone who has been castrated. And back in the days, they was castrated completely. I mean, cut off everything, right? This gives us spiritual authority. Plus, they not tempted for any kind of sexual pleasure, nothing. They basically are just walking yes men, right? So, um, the question you posed was,
Do
you want a husband or a eunuch?
Yeah, man, husband.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will explain first quick what the eunuchs we talking about is the ones that Jezebel had. So we want to get that clear. I want to get that out. But I will explain first what Jesus said in Matthew. Um, he said, not everyone can accept this statement. Jesus said, only those whom God helps. Some are born as eunuchs. Some have been made eunuchs by others. And some choose not to marry. Because remember, it's a choice for the sake of the kingdom of heaven. Let anyone accept this who can, right? So, because oftentimes I've ran into a lot of people who will make this statement, well, everybody's not going to get married. Well, Jesus said it's a choice. You choose not to marry. If you choose not to marry, then that doesn't mean that you can just go along in your sin. That don't mean that. Because for the sake of the kingdom, it's totally different. But we want to just touch this a little bit. We ain't going to keep y'all long tonight.
Yeah.
I know I'm not. I'm short-winded.
Yeah.
So let's go.
Let's get into it. So, what does it look like when a woman castrates a man?
Good question. What does that look like? It's control, first of all. When a man is castrated, he has no say so. He's given up his rights. He's given up all his authority. He's basically turned into that kind of man who just go with the wind blow or pretty much whatever the woman says. But oftentimes you will find out that when women use this as a form of control, it's normally based off some old hurts, some deep insecurities, and sometimes a trauma, some kind of experience that happened in their life. And so, as a result, they end up want to make sure that they keep themselves, that they keep everything. Oh, I got to keep this. Oh, I can't let no man do this. I can't let no man do that. Okay, the last one hurt me. My dad hurt me. Okay, some form of a male abused me or took advantage of me. So since I carry this hurt and this insecurity, guess what? I'm gonna try to strip every man that come my way. Okay, until they accept me and let me do what I want to do. Let me be the boss and let me be in control of everything. Okay, that's what you would see in today's modern times of a eunuch. So what are your thoughts about that?
Well, we have a lot of, like you were saying, the garden of the heart and the emotions. And as y'all can see, I took my glasses off because I'm about to get real.
I
And
take
I want
mine
you to
off. I
see,
can't see.
it's a little blurry.
Oh, it'd be super blurry. I take mine off.
It's a little, not much, but I'm good. Look. The guarding of the heart, I understand it because a lot of women have been hurt. But that man that hurt you is not every single man that come into your life.
That's right.
Every single man that you get in contact with is not that. It's not the man that hurt you, the father that hurt you, the uncle that hurt you, the brother, whomever who has that deep pain within your heart, because only you and God knows who that is.
Right.
So every man is not that person.
No.
Now I can say this. I personally feel like if you are not healed properly, then you don't need to be trying to go and get into nobody's life, no man's life, because all you're going to do is put that hurt and that pain on somebody else who have nothing to do with what you went through.
Yeah, need to wait.
Yeah, before you and I had got married, I went through a cleansing process.
Mm-hmm.
I went through a lot of cleansing process, like a whole lot. I had to fast, pray. I had to get in my word. Yeah. I went through deliverance. Do you hear me? And I mean, actually, a lot of churches don't focus on it right now. They want to give you, let's get all the way to comfort. They want to give you these feel good messages. Give me something that's going to pierce my spirit, my soul, that's going to cleanse this filth from up out of me.
That's right.
And a lot of times that's not happening. But we wonder why divorce is at the highest rate that it is for African American families. Like, you putting her people together, and what they're going to do, create a bunch of mess. And then you have these women who will not allow these men to stand up and take authority in their own household.
Yeah.
Like, why did you get married if you don't want that man to play the role that he's supposed to play? Everybody's supposed to play their position.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. So,
because it's very important, because as women, you're not just the pillars of the earth. I believe women are behind the foundation. The foundation is what God built everything on. But when you're out there in the world, you got to remember, well, I get real with it. I'm going to say some examples that I see. Oftentimes, when I see a woman bitter, she hurt, she too outspoken, she's especially that mouth.
Man.
When I normally see that, I normally can link up the man that she was with, whether it was the man she married or somebody else that she was with. Women, you incubate. So if you're dealing with men, we lay the seeds, you produce the baby. That also happens spiritually.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so oftentimes you can kind of trace back and see, well, where in my life did I started acting this way? Where in my life did I started developing this bad attitude, this, I'm just missed this, I missed that, I'll cuss anybody out in a second. I'm just so bitter and hurt. Who you laid with? Okay. Who you laid with? Oftentimes we think counseling and helping can fix that. Oftentimes it can't. And so life just keeps stacking up on them years and age as you get older. Okay. Because remember, the part that I look at and what men do look at is you got to kind of have the area in check. Okay. Now you find a man who don't mind that area. Hey, I got to question that. Because the foundation I stand on in the Bible that I read says, who can find a virtuous woman? Who can find? Everything comes from inside. And meek and quiet spirit. You can always see that. You're going to always see that, And so a lot of things can be contribute to, okay, what you allowed, right? A woman have a baby. She got to produce milk. She eat nothing but bad food. How's her milk going to be to that baby? It's going to
be horrible.
It's the same thing with your spirit. Okay? It's the same thing with laying down with somebody and all that's in him go right into you.
And you probably, a lot of probably like, That's not, no, that's absolutely true
It
because
is.
look at how the woman body is set up. We are set up as receivers.
Yep.
We open, men are pointers. So think about it like this, you know, every woman that man laid down with,
Yep.
he has all of those spirits in him, right? You
Mm-hmm.
have all of those spirits. So when a woman lays down with that man, say for instance, she only had two partners in her life.
Yep.
She just had only had been with two people, just two. Okay, and he been with 50. All them spirits of them different women is gonna be inserted into her.
Mm-hmm.
So not only does she has to deal with the spirit that she was born with,
Yep.
she has to deal with other spirits of the man as well.
Yep.
So you have all of that you fighting against all at one time. That's why if you be like, if you know, get to the point where you be like, okay, well, I'm ready to be married. That's a beautiful thing. Make sure you cleanse.
Mm-hmm.
If you are not, in the V club, and you've had sexual intercourse with other males out there, you need to, and this for men too now,
Yeah, it is.
because you have some men who have standards and have not slept with a lot, but that woman has.
Mm-hmm.
And then he can lay with her, and then you have all those spirits, and next thing you know, you be like, man, why am I having all these psychological issues all of a sudden? Because the person that you lay with, they probably dealt with somebody that has some psychological
Yeah.
issues.
Or they have a
So
hard time shaking.
yeah, so
Yeah,
you
but people
have
say that.
now you have that spirit attacking
Mm-hmm.
them.
They'll say, well, I can't get rid of them. I can't do this. I can't do that. You slept with them.
It's become a
Yeah.
spiritual stronghold. So you receive every single thing that the partner before you has had,
Right.
on top of your own spirit that you are dealing with. So that's why it's important to get to fast and to pray and to ask God for deliverance from the things of the past. So that way when you go into your new beginning, your new future, whomever that might be with, you won't unintentionally, because sometimes them spirits can
Yeah, you can.
sprout up at anything,
Any given time. Mm-hmm.
and spirits can come behind trauma as well.
Oh,
A lot
yeah,
of times it's not
definitely
behind
trauma.
sexual intercourse. It can
Yep.
be something traumatic that just had happened,
Yep.
and that gave a doorway for something to enter into you. And it is.
Mm-hmm. Unforgiveness. Somebody hurt you. Rape. Etc. You got a bunch of things like that that can cause that major pain like that to be open. But that's why thank God we got a throne of grace. That you can go to. But these days I think I'm seeing a lot of people who don't want that aspect of God.
No.
They want to just, hey, this is just me. This just accept me who I am and let me find somebody who will. And in this era, you can.
You can.
Now, what's that's going to come with? Now, that's a different story. That's to each his own. But so back to our topic. Do you want a husband or a eunuch? Because if you want a husband, you're going to be willing to go through the purging process. You're going to be willing to go through the changes. You're going to want to get around married, successful people, depending on how they do it. And, you may look at how your life is and say, well, this is something similar. You don't have to take everything from everybody. No, we don't. We take bits and pieces from people. Mm-hmm. It is pretty much how y'all want to set up that standard and how y'all want to do it. Mm-hmm. Right. But if this is a lifestyle that you don't want and you want a eunuch, as a boyfriend or fiance that'll say he gonna marry you, and you in 10 years can go by, he still ain't did it. Now he'll lay down to sleep with you all day, but you talking about putting a ring on, that's a different story. So, because eunuchs ain't gonna do that, okay? Mm-hmm. He's not gonna do that. A man that sees you as a wife, he will, okay? And not just that, but he's watching, he's looking, he's checking out everything you do. He's seeing how your trust is. He's like, can I trust her with money? Right? Because if he got money, or if he want to invest, make some sacrifices so y'all can build. If he see you going to take more than putting in, well, that's going to play in his mind. Well, I can't trust you with money.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if I can't trust you with money, how are we gonna make it down the line? Because everybody gonna have hard times, right? You're
Mm-hmm.
gonna have some rough times in life, and it's gonna get pretty rough. So we need to know. We need to build this foundation of what we trust in, what we trying to do, what we trying to build. You know, you want to go to school, you want to have kids, you want to travel. What we gonna do first? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Then look at your supporting cast. Look at the
Mm-hmm.
family he come from. Look at the family you come from. You need to add and consider all these components before you make important decisions like this. Because these are
Mm-hmm.
supposed to be life altering decisions, right? Not get in and get out like you see it now. Jump in, jump out. Everything good now, I'm in. We have some problems. Let me jump out. Or let me get on the phone with somebody else, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the worst thing you can do. Worst thing you could do.
But what about if they not looking? They already married.
Okay.
They already married and they castrating their husband.
Well, in a case like that, that's pretty okay. That never works out.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just go look. I'm Bible based, but I'm not perfect. But I'm Bible based, and I
Mm-hmm.
do believe everything in there is today, yesterday, tomorrow,
And
and forever.
forever.
Okay, it don't change. Covenants ain't changed, but that's a whole different
And they
topic.
no respect a
Look,
person.
Ahab's wife Jezebel, right? She had eunuchs around her that worked for her, that was her slaves basically, you know. And Jehu came to her in a palace. First thing they say, when she heard that Jehu was coming, she fixed herself up.
Mm.
Oh, maybe I can entice him, right? So we got to watch that. Okay. So when Jehu approached the palace, real quick, and there was eunuchs up there, he said, "Who was on my side?" And them eunuchs picked her up and threw her down. Now,
Mm.
this is the same men she castrated, right? So why am I saying this? Because if you in a marriage and you have a husband that you putting down and beating up and castrating him, eventually he gonna fight back.
He gonna fight back.
Eventually he gonna start cussing you out.
Yep.
Eventually he gonna start probably even swinging.
Yep.
You see, it because a man's that's not in his nature. It's to be that way. So
Mm-hmm.
you can't keep castrating a man, not thinking that, okay, well, he gonna stay like this forever. You be fooling yourself.
You be
That
fooling
is not gonna
yourself.
happen. Eventually, just like they did with Jezebel, right? A man will start flipping. He gonna see how other men are, how they handle things, how they doing things. He gonna start looking at himself. Okay, and he
Mm-hmm.
like, well, golly, I'm doing all this or that. The feet, I'm paying for what's on your feet and what's on top of your head. I'm
Mm-hmm.
taking care of these bills or whatever it is that he takes care of. He gonna consider all that, and you
Mm-hmm.
still castrating?
You still fighting them.
Uh-uh.
You still fighting them. This
That's a dangerous man.
very dangerous because if a man don't have control over his house, he either gonna beat you,
Yeah,
he either gonna cuss you out, or he gonna cheat.
yeah. That's what I
It's
say.
either one of the three,
That could become a dangerous man.
or he gonna plot on how to leave you.
Yeah. I'm sure Jezebel never thought none of them eunuchs was gonna turn on her.
And let me because this just came to my head. A eunuch can be anybody. It can be your friend, your child, anybody.
Yeah.
Anybody who was on board with your mess.
Right. Anybody.
Anybody who was on board with your mess.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody sitting up here, oh no, that me no man.
Right.
When they only
woe
hearing
is him.
Whoa, yeah, when they only hearing yours. Look, you sitting up here and you want things to go your way, my way, or it ain't no way at all the time, 24/7, 365
Yep.
days out the year. When you don't want to give in to nothing, you don't want to compromise, you don't want to bend, you don't want to make no adjustments. You want everything to be adjusted to you and you alone and whatever makes you happy.
That's
Long
right.
as I'm happy. What about his happiness? His happiness doesn't matter. Y'all supposed to be equally happy.
Mm-hmm.
It's not about just making just him happy and him happy alone, or just making her happy and her happy alone, and everything gonna go good. Try that out and see how this gonna work. One happy
Exactly.
person does not make a marriage. Both of y'all
Both of y'all.
have to be
So all
happy.
that, what's that saying? Happy wife, happy life.
I
And
don't
I agree
know.
to an extent.
To an
To an extent.
extent. To an
But
extent.
castrated man is a dangerous man.
A castrated man is
Yes,
a
he
very
is.
dangerous
Yes,
man.
he is. You know, he can't be manipulated. He can't be played because at the end of the day, his nature as a man is going to war with him. It's going to war and just gnaw on him. Okay. And you'll pay attention to the things that he started listening to, things he started watching. Okay. He's checking out things now. So he waking up. So that's why it's never good to think that, I can grab me one of these eunuch men and I'm going to mold him and shape him to what I want him to be. And I'm going to run everything and I'm going to talk to him crazy. You know, I'm going to let him have maybe 5% freedom and that's about it. And this is going to work from here on out. I'm still be able to go out, do me, do my thing. Keep doing that. Keep thinking that.
Yeah.
Keep thinking that.
And see, another thing too is when a lot of times this can be is castrating too, withholding sex.
Oh, that's very.
I'm in my emotions, I'm in my feelings, he did this, he did that. Women are emotional creatures too, yeah. And we are led by that. But you shouldn't be using it as a manipulation.
Especially if she says she's a Christian and she has a biblical foundation. Because Paul said that body don't belong to you no more.
Yeah.
When you marry, it don't.
It don't.
Your body don't belong to you.
Your body belong to me.
Right.
My body belong to you.
So
your parts is my parts.
Yeah.
My parts is your parts.
That's how it goes. Now, there are issues that come up with health and other things. Yeah. He's not talking about that.
Not talking
he
about
said
that.
When you try to manipulate somebody, well, it's when I want to. But Paul said,
you going to keep when I want to, and he going to want to with somebody else.
And that's not how that works.
You going to want all the way him to another bed, and women be sitting up here women can be, come on, y'all. Women can be so manipulative, and y'all know y'all can.
Yeah.
Women can be so manipulative. We can sit here and play the manipulation game very well. Especially if y'all with somebody, you married, or you trying to be with, whatever the case might be. We can sit here and play it very, very well. And be real about it. Like, you know when you doing it.
Yeah, you do.
And that man knows when he doing it.
And he know it too.
You can sit here and withhold your parts. Yeah. I'm mad at him. It can be this certain amount of time, a year, whatever case might be, you know, and because he not doing what I want him to do. He not responding the way I want him to. And
right.
Then be like, in the back of their head, I think he cheating.
Right, yeah. Why?
Well, what you think he gonna do? Sit there and jack off all the time?
Right. It shouldn't matter.
And lay in the bed and you come get in the bed all fresh and stuff, oiled up, lotion all up. Mm-hmm. And this man gotta lay next to you, lay next to a full snack and can't have none of it. I mean, what you think?
And then you gonna send him off to his job. And he looking.
He gonna, yeah.
You gonna send him off to his job and he looking.
And especially if you know a man who likes to have those, you know, those type of needs met. You know, you have some men, you know, that, you know, yeah, that's their way of, you know, with they woman, you know, they wanna, you know, mm-hmm. And you know that. You know what you doing. You know what you doing and how you doing it. You trying to find something to hold over that man's head so he can be at your beck and call every single time. That's manipulation.
And find friends to agree with you. Let me tell you something. A real friend will never agree with you. Like, okay, you know, I got you. You know, I even love you. You know, I feel you, my friend. But you wrong for what you did.
You wrong.
You wrong for what you did and what you said. That's not right. What you mean? You're supposed to be on my side. It's no side. It's no side. When it comes to feelings and all that, none of that absolutely matters.
You coming to me for my opinion, and because you saying you want your marriage to last, you saying you want your marriage to work, right? And I'm telling you how to make it work. I'm telling you what to do.
A good formula,
right? A good
These
formula,
are some good strategies
take
that
some
can
bits
work.
And pieces, whatever you want to take from it. but you still being manipulative, conniving, backstabbing, and sneaky.
And don't want to hear nothing.
Right, and don't want to hear the right thing. You want somebody to, um, um, scratch your itching ear.
Yeah, piggyback on that bull crap, on how you feel. Well, that's how I feel. Okay, I'll add check. It's ways how I felt, but God's word didn't change. I still have to slap myself in the face. You know, I'm squatting 500 pounds. I can bench probably 450. I'm still running a 4.6 at my age, and I still carry a 45. So when I see that Bible and God says something in there, all them components, I still can't go in Him. I still have to say, oh, I got to submit, because that's still what He said, not based off how I felt. And I can't challenge Him. I can't do nothing with Him. So it slapped me, and I got to deal with it, because I know His formula, His plan is successful. I know it is. I can't tell you about nobody else's out there in the world. I can't tell you about some of these celebrities y'all see on TV. I can't tell you about none of them, right? But what I can say is I know I've seen it on people, and they've been married 30, 40 years, and all of them have said this formula works.
If it was a better form, if it was a better way of doing it, why is there so many divorces out there?
Yeah, if it was a better way.
For me. If the way that y'all thinking is the right way to do it, besides the biblical way, why is there so many divorces? I'm tired of turning around looking at people getting divorced. Y'all be trying to go out the way of what God says to do it.
And that's why.
And then you get tripped up. You want to come in. You need to cleanse yourself from all those spirits. If you come in, I'm turning y'all from experience.
Yeah.
Look, I be sitting here trying to talk to people so they won't have to go the detour that we had to get to where we're at now.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's a lot of people that's out there like us, listen to what they're saying. You take whatever it is that you need to take from it and use it into your life.
Apply it to your life.
Apply it to your life.
Yeah. You don't have to take everything, but just take the parts that you know that, okay, well, I know what they said, but I know how I feel, and I don't feel like, okay, you got to line up how you feel with principle. How you feel ain't principle. Okay, it's not about how you feel. Okay, it's about what's right.
It's about
because
what's right.
This way, the biblical way, this way, it requires commitment. It requires sacrifice. It requires love. You can't be selfish. Okay, it ain't y'all no more. It's one. Okay, so it takes a lot, but I can tell you, if you stick to it the best you can get through anything. I once heard this guy, I'm going to add this real quick, and he's a Christian guy. Like I said, I have to add it because when I run into people with these success stories, man, they say this is our formula. This is what we follow. His wife was going through some things, and I mean some pretty bad things. And I can't mention the things she was going through, right? It was some health issues. And when I first met him, I had only been knowing him maybe a week or two. I got transferred to go work over there with him. And I got to hearing about the things his wife was going through prior to going over there, sitting by him and working with him. Oh. And one day he got to talking to me, and I just looked at him and I said, man, I didn't realize all that, because every day I saw him, that week I saw him, he didn't show it. He didn't show the pain, the grief. He didn't show any of the things that his wife was dealing with. And I asked him, I said, Chris, man, I apologize. I didn't know you was dealing with that. And sometimes, man, I'll come in here and I'm laughing and talking. I'm talking about sports. I'm talking about something, Mm-hmm. And he said, he just looked and said, Keith, I made a commitment. I said, ooh, wee. And it stuck with me forever. He said, I made a commitment to my wife, to God. That's it. There ain't nothing in between. I said, you know what? If a lot of people take on that attitude, wow, He's like, whatever. I made a commitment.
It's too many eyes.
Man, I was like, oh my goodness. Right. He said, it's we in this together. Right? It ain't all about you in the marriage. It's not all about this one in the marriage. It's y'all. Mm-hmm. And you got to put yourself in that spot like you, even a guy, you got to put yourself in a spot like you King Tut and she Queen this, so she want to be there. Hey, let's just see how that works. I tell anybody, you got another formula, show it to me and bring it to me. Let me see it. I ain't seen it yet.
It's all these swapping out. Well, that's a different type of topic right there. But I'm going to say this because we've been on here for a minute.
Yeah, we hitting 30.
I'm going to say this real quick. Any marriage, if you want it to work, with God's help, it can.
It can.
I'm the first. You know, we marriage is not peaches and cream, Cinderella meets her princess, meet her prince type of story. That ain't what marriage is. Marriage is two people deciding that you love me, I love you, and we gonna do this thing called life together. And whatever obstacles come, we gonna hit it. We gonna, we in this. Mm-hmm. A lot of people, because they have hardship, they come in their marriage, they feel like, oh, did I marry the wrong person?
I married the wrong person. Man.
We got married for the wrong reasons. Or, God, if you put God in your marriage, he has to be number one.
He do.
Number one. You cannot put your husband over God. The husband cannot put the wife over God.
No, okay.
God has to come uno momento. Well, that's...
You said it right.
Yeah,
just like playing Uno cards.
That's uno fine. Momento. That's one moment, please.
Oh, okay. Well, I said just maybe like some...
You gotta put him on number one. Number one. He has to be number one.
Like French say. Yeah. And in French say un. I don't know.
It's one. You gotta put him number one.
I ain't do good at them languages.
And once you put him number one, he can come in and link y'all so tight.
Yeah, he can.
So knitted. And it'll seem like y'all been married 20, 30 years.
Yeah. It just requires sacrifice.
Numero uno.
Thank you. Whoever said that. Numero uno.
Numero uno. I was close.
That's Spanish?
Yeah.
Man, I'm behind on all my language. Close. But see, I'm country, so that's all I know is I'm country.
Oh, yes, you is, Joe. Woo!
That's all I know.
Country.
I tell them some words, and I tell people, I tell your name. I was at a store, and this lady said, "Can you pass that to her?" And I gave that to her, and her name was, she called her Travana. Man, I call her Toyota. So, hey, Toyota. She said oh man, hey, look, I'm country. I don't. It ain't personal. It ain't personal.
Jacob, but yes,
yeah.
God can fix anything. It's no such thing as you married the wrong person unless y'all are in a relationship with somebody cheating, beating, mistreating, or whatever the case might be. If you're in a situation like that, run fast as you can.
Mm-hmm.
But if you are in a situation where it can be fixed, y'all just need to learn how to work together as one, because y'all are a team.
And
he can come in and fix anything.
And you doing everything that you know to do, and you're not living a double life. You're not saying one thing. You're not professing one thing, but you live another lifestyle. Mm-hmm. See, oftentimes people don't look at it and that's the part of their lifestyle that they don't want to give up. Because I've met men like this. They be like, Keith, I think that's cool and stuff, man. But man, I don't know. I say, just be honest. You don't affect me, right? Be honest. You got another lifestyle that you want to live. Mm-hmm. You still want to go out and party and drink and do things like that. I mean, yeah. It's going to be an issue with that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So That's not fair to the one that you're gonna get engaged and married to. That's not fair to her. So you got to
Mm-hmm.
look at that.
Or
Then if it's
him.
vice versa,
Mm-hmm.
so that's oftentimes sometimes people look at it as okay, well, a certain lifestyle that a commitment requires it's different. Okay,
Yeah,
but we're at 35 minutes. So how far do you want to go?
that's it.
Okay, I
That's
thought you
long
said
enough.
you had questions.
I ain't have no good. I think that's it.
Oh,
You got some questions? 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 We can keep going. We can keep going. We're gonna go ahead and turn off
yeah,
the YouTube
yeah,
video
we're
though.
losing
So we
time.
gonna
It's already late, and I know some of y'all got to get up and go to work. It's almost 11 o'clock. Get up and go to work.
you want me
And
to
I'm the one who got the late start on everything.
Yeah, it was him. All his fault. Blame him. But we're gonna
Mm-hmm.
go ahead and close off the YouTube video. So we're gonna stay on here real quick and maybe get off of Facebook. But okay, y'all. So bye, YouTubers.
Wait, this YouTube?
Well, this is for YouTube.